Now, most lectures in cognitive psychology and education do not begin with a slide of Lenin. And nowadays, many students probably, when they hear Lenin, they think of the Beatles, but this is an earlier Lenin, VI, who was the most important revolutionary of this century. And I want to begin by talking about revolutions, so I thought it would be useful to have a character who epitomized revolution in our times. But the revolution I want to talk about is a less well-known one. It's called the cognitive revolution. It began in the middle 1950s, and it was an intellectual revolution in how we think about human nature and the human mind. The chief areas in which the cognitive revolution began were psychology, linguistics, and a field which we now call cognitive science, but at the time was called AI, for artificial intelligence. And it was, of course, the attempt to make machines that could problem solve and think and reason. Let me show you some of the revolutionaries, less well known than Lenin. This is one who was particularly important in our understanding of the mind of the child. This is Jean Piaget. This was the linguist Noam Chomsky, who was very, very important in showing the enormous amount of computation that's involved in producing or understanding language. And this was a different kind of revolutionary, the study of the human brain, because a lot of what we understand about cognition now comes from a much more precise and complex view of how the 3 pounds of meat between our two ears works.